Hello, today we're going to look at working on the back. The meridian that we're going to use is on either side of the spine. So here's the spine, and right next to that is this meridian that goes to the nervous system. It's in two lines on either side of this muscle group, and so it's also on this side, two different lines. When you read about this meridian that goes to the nervous system in the acupuncture texts, it will say that the meridian is right in the middle of this muscle, the erectors. But when they teach you how to insert the needle, they ask you to insert it at a slight angle that goes toward the spine. For us doing body work, this doesn't always work because we may slide off that muscle and then hit into the spine, which is very uncomfortable for the receiver. So we start closer to the spine than the middle. So we take an angle with our thumbs that starts from the inside and slants slightly toward us on this side of the receiver. But still, the angle is down into the meridian. You can imagine where a needle would go. It's inside, it's not just on the top. And when we're on the outside of the muscle group, the erectors, we take an angle that's slightly toward the spine and then goes down and in. You can imagine, if you're doing body work, you can imagine that you're pointing your angle of your thumb toward the front of the body so that it's coming out on either side of the breastbone. If we come in here to the low back, we want to make sure that once again we have an angle. We want that angle to go so that we're not sliding into the lumbar. And so we're going to hold backwards toward the feet and work our fingers along that sacrum, the inner bladder meridian and the outer bladder meridian, so that we make sure that lumbar spine is safe. If you were to go in here and press straight down and slide into this area of the lumbar, if you had a client whose low back was a problem, this sliding right here could be very painful to them and make it harder for them to get off the table. So after finishing going down into the lumbar spine, it might be nice to palm down the bladder meridian. It's called the bladder meridian. I don't often say that to clients because then they think something is wrong with their bladder. So I like to call it the nervous system meridian for them, or the back meridian. But notice when I'm palming, it is the whole heel of the palm that's coming in, and it's between the spine and the erectors. And the angle, you can see just by the angle of my arms, it comes a little bit toward me, again, so as not to press on the spine. This will smooth out all the points that you just did and make the meridian one thing instead of a bunch of points. So I showed you how to palm down one side, but you may also like palming down both sides together. In that case, you want to put the heel of your palm against the knife edge of your palm so that it's two thick areas going down either side of the spine, making sure that the angle of the hand that's coming toward me is different from the hand that's going away. So these erector muscles are being spread out from the spine even as you go straight down in. If we palm down, we have also to do that with our palms. You can see even by the stretch of the shirt how the angle of my palms meets the sacrum in such a way that the lumbar spine is elongated. You would of course do that on both sides of the body and then palm down together. This is a very nice sequence, a general sequence for working on the back, and because it is the nervous system meridian, it's very calming and relaxing for the client, which is a nice way for you to be able to get your work done. Once they relax, your work is easier.